Thank you. I feel like I've done this before somewhere. Maybe it was last night in Leicester. Welcome, conference, and a happy new year to every single one of you. It is indeed a pleasure to stand here tonight. And a massive thank you to all of you for giving up your Saturday afternoon to come here to be with us in, where are we? Is it Shelbourne? Somewhere like that. I get mixed up. Look, I've got a New Year's resolution. I want to be on this year's honours list. I think I'm in with a chance. I want to be knighted. Let's face it, all I've got to do really in my constituency is increase crime, make sure the streets are unsafe, increase the amount of homelessness, and steal money off motorists. That's all I've got to do, and I'll get a knighthood. Oh, by the way, a massive congratulations this week for Mayor Khan, who's been knighted. Yes. Can we give him a big round of applause, please? Bit harsh. As you know, the Mayor of London and I are very good friends. And he is living proof that in politics, anything is possible. But let's not be too harsh on him, because he's one of the people that helped me be here today with you, the People's Army. You know what? In February last year, I made a few comments about the Mayor of London, which got me into a spot of bother with the Conservative Party. They took the whip away from me. Yeah. I was told I had to apologise. And I told them, there's no way I'm apologising to that man. He's given our city away. He's a disgrace and he should apologise. Now then, as soon as the Tory party took the side of Mayor Khan against me, I knew it was over. I knew there was no way back. And I also knew that Reform UK was my destiny. And I became Reform UK's first ever Member of Parliament. You can clap for that. But I tell you what, conference, I never really envisaged a career in politics. I never thought I'd be an MP, yet in just a few years I was the Deputy Chairman of the Conservative Party, and now I am the Chief Whip and a Member of Parliament for Ashfield, which, by the way, is the capital of common sense. And I feel so proud. It's amazing. It's a truly amazing experience to be in this party. And I feel like I'm part of a truly amazing party that's captured the hearts and minds of people, millions of people all around the country, good people like you. These people, by the way, are true British patriots, but they're not far right. We are just decent, hard-working people who love our country and want to leave our country in a better state than when we arrived. Nothing wrong with that. I know there's huge pressure on us 5 Reform UK MPs in Parliament to take our country back, and that's what we're going to do. This is a battle, guys. It's a battle for the heart and soul of our great country. I love my country, and so does Reform UK, which is why we will never apologise for our history, our heritage or our culture. Yeah? Go on. My message is clear. If you do not want to embrace our way of life, if you do not like our history, our heritage, our culture, and respect our laws, then clear off. How's that grab you? All right. Parliament keeps trying to give our country away, and we must together fight back. This useless Labour government wants to take more money off all of us and give it to other countries or to people arriving here illegally. Look at net zero. What a load of nonsense that is. It will make every one of us in this room poorer and colder, and it will affect the poorest in our society the most. Our businesses are already paying the most expensive electricity prices in the world, which is costing jobs. Meanwhile, China is leading the world in renewables, yet still opening coal-fired power stations. It's madness. We're closing coal-fired furnaces so we can no longer make virgin steel. Utter madness. This government is quite happy for us to import steel goods from all around the world made with fossil fuels, but we refuse to make these same goods in this country. This is hypocrisy. It is staggering, and it will bankrupt our country unless we stop this madness. Yeah, it's true. It's madness. Not a million miles from me is Drax Power Station in North Yorkshire. This produces electricity. It used to burn coal from the nearby coal mine. But in this country, we decided to close the coal mine. And in our quest for net zero, we're now chopping trees down in North America, turning them into wooden pellets. We put them on diesel guzzling cargo ships. We ship them over the Atlantic, put them on diesel guzzling trains, and then set fire to them in Drax Power Station to produce electricity. And we say that's renewable energy. We're actually chopping trees down to make electricity, yet at the same time we're telling our children they must plant more trees. You could not make this rubbish up, could you? This nonsense is costing us £2 million a day in subsidies, whilst we've got pensioners freezing to death because of their winter fuel allowance stopped by this wicked, cruel, horrible Labour government. It gets worse, guys. Mad Miliband. Yeah, it's crackers. He thinks it's a good idea to spaff away £8 billion on GB Energy. He also thinks it's a good idea to waste £11.6 billion on foreign climate aid. We at Reform UK say no. This nonsense must end. This is our money, and it needs to be spent in our country on British people. Over the past few years, over 150,000 illegal migrants have entered our country, and most of them are young men. They're not fleeing a war. There's no war in France. But ask yourself this. What kind of men, if there was a war, what kind of men would leave women and children behind? I do not want these illegal migrants in my country, and only Reform UK will end this madness. True. But I tell you what, this Labour government are doing the impossible. They're making things worse. Who knew? But look who we've got running the country now. We've got Free Gear Kia. Or Never Hear Kia. We've got Rachel from Accounts. We've got the no-brainer, Angela Rayner. And let's not forget that net zero lunatic, Mad Miliband. Hey, there's one more. Our very own mastermind, David Lammy. He's a proper charmer, isn't he? Great man. So here at Reform UK, it's a little bit different. We've got Nigel Farage. We've got Richard Tice. Rupert Lowe. These are all successful businessmen and successful politicians. We've got Zia Youssef, our chairman. Our new treasurer, Nick Candy. And these, again, are successful businessmen. They know what they're doing. We've also got... We've also got Elon Musk. And President Trump. As friends of our Nigel. And what do the Labour Party have as their mouthpieces? Carol Vorderman and David Lammy. David Lammy, you know what? There's over 6,000 villagers in this country. And if we took every village idiot out of the villages and put them all in Tottenham, David Lammy would still be the village idiot. That'll be on front at Guardian tomorrow. Let me have a breath. The grooming gang scandal has cast a dark shadow on our country. Should be ashamed, really. Thousands of young girls raped and abused in northern towns. Councils, police and politicians have turned a blind eye, and every single one of these people should be put behind bars. Just this week, Conference, Labour's Jess Phillips has said no to a public inquiry into child sex abuse in Oldham. And you must ask yourself the question, why? I think we all know the reason why. It's the same reason that the councils, police, social workers, social services and politicians have turned a blind eye in the past. They're worried about votes. That's what they're worried about. Think about it. Young girls, vulnerable girls from broken homes, abused by gangs of men, and Labour refused to hold a public inquiry. They should hang their heads in shame. I could go on, guys, but have no fear, the Reform UK Rescue Party is here. We're going to do it. Let's cast our minds back to 12 months ago. We had less than 15,000 members. We was polling about 10%. We had no money. We had no members of Parliament. But now we've got nearly 170,000 members. We've got 5 MPs. We've got money in the bank. We've got a brilliant new chairman, a brilliant new treasurer. The brilliant Dame Andrea Jenkins is our mayoral candidate in Lincolnshire, which is true. Over 1,000 fully vetted council candidates for this year's local elections, which is amazing. But that's all been made possible, guys, because of you, the People's Army. So thank you very much for that. Yeah. But as our movement grows, so does the opposition. We've got opposition in the mainstream media. But have no fear. We've got our own social media. And GB News always gives us a good hearing as well. So thank God for that. You know, last year, if anybody went to the Birmingham conference, you might have seen me rip up my TV licence reminder live on stage. And I did the same last night in Leicester, so apologies, guys. I have, because the bully boys have been round again to the door, the BBC bully boys, posting their nonsense, and so I've not got one to rip up today. But I will say this to all of you, and I'm not encouraging you to get rid of your licence. That's up to you, that's a personal choice. But I'm not paying one single penny more to pay the pension for perverts like Hugh Edwards. Conference, we have a mountain to climb, but we have all the momentum. We've got local elections this year, then Scottish and Welsh elections next year, and we must take the fight to every single ballot box in our great country. We, the People's Army, can do this, but we must stick together. You need to help us sign up new members, raise money, help us deliver leaflets, help us on our way to the path to victory, and then you can tell your children and your grandchildren that you were part of a movement that took our country back. Thank you very much.